What you guys calling yourself?
Rogues. Gary Rogues.
How many guys you got?
The latest Bikeriders film was inspired by a true story, the real Chicago Outlaws Motorcycle Club. Lyon's photo book pushed Nichols to create a fictional narrative that would include characters inspired by and named for the real people he had photographed. I took some character inspiration, he said.
You know, before going to yeah, exactly. Like, because it's the latter, because it's kind of like, okay. Like, you can even take a second where you're after them, it's like,
Yeah. So, man, I'm Carl
You know, except for meeting him, 2 months before I went to the picnic, and I had my tool. Give him a crack.
He wanted the film, which he started working on in 2015, to tap into the lives of those living on the fringes of society and show how the struggle to be free could turn a well-meaning local motorcycle club into a destructive gang.
and then you go in for the story, you know. But it's, yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, that looks great. That looks great.
You the only thing on your back?
No, I felt great. Perfect spot.
Oh shit, we dented it.
Yeah. Oh no, you were supposed to. It's all good.
Oh, we were?
Shitty Pete out there?
Yeah, he rides with us sometimes. How you know shitty?
While the plot of Nichols' creation, the look of the film is taken directly from Lyon's photography, Nichols went so far as to recreate some of Lyon's most iconic Bikeriders images throughout the film.
Danny Lyons, the Austin Butler.
I'm so glad you
Great. Great. Yeah. There we go. It's awesome. Okay.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question. Jeff Nichols is responsible for directing and writing this film, but what was his first film credit that came from a short film? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around till the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
You've been here for long.
These guys are going to lead, and they're going to come in this direction. But you're going to pan into it. Yeah. Okay. So they're all going to be coming at you. Boom. Hit, and then we're going to run it through the fake punch. Okay. And then, yeah, let's just do that.
I think with the action, we might go to.
It's no secret that Austin Butler has had a history of riding motorcycles with his father, but we wanted to look into the other cast members and their experience in riding.
2 Thruxtonars, sports. I have a speed triple. I have a Ducati as well, and I'm 6. Like I find being on a motorway can be quite vulnerable making, to be fair. So maybe about 100, but that's still illegal in this country. And then it's cold, that's fast enough, you know, as well. I always find that I'm either wearing too much or I'm wearing too little on a bike.
Although the cast did their fair share of riding the motorcycles in real life, there were certain parts that had to be done with a stunt coordinator on set.
And then I told Jeff I wanted to buy a bike, and then he found this bike.
Austin loved it and went and got it.
Got that.
It actually is in the movie a lot. One of my stunt riders is riding that bike as a vandal.
The bikes were vintage. The actors, including Austin Butler and Tom Hardy, would be riding at high speeds, and there would be no helmets.
Yeah, I'm basically just looking for a reason to, you know, have you down there. You can do it for anything. I'd rather risk me.
It's up to you.
More than 40 vintage bikes were used during filming, with Butler and Reedus sharing stories about the period correct bikes from the 40s and 50s.
Rubber ducky, bronze rubber ducky, suicide shift on it. Instead of shifting gears with your left foot or your right foot, it's a gear shift like a car.
That's good. Pretty good.
We have even heard from the love interest in the film, Jodie Comer, and her first time getting on a motorcycle.
You're gonna do a one-woman show, like, let's see how you fare doing that, you know? And also just me being like, I have no idea how I'm gonna be ready for this, but I'm gonna give it my all, and just knowing personally how much I grew from that, I think that is probably what I would say. Yeah.
But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow.
What do I need to think for? Oh, you and me, kid.
Sitting down with Jeff Nichols and the discussion of the film, he really goes into his thought process reading the book that inspired the film for the first time.
Way back in 2003, I walked into my brother's apartment in Memphis and I saw this book sitting on the floor. It had a bright red stripe on the bottom with white lettering, simple, that said the Bikeriders. The photograph on top was a black and white photograph of about 4 motorcycle riders cresting a rise in a rural interstate.
There were even talks about the image of the environment that he wanted.
Was trying to figure out, how to turn a book of photographs into a narrative film. Obviously, there is a lot of text in the book in terms of interviews, but none of that's a story. They're anecdotes. And kind of like training wheels, I actually started with a big section of Kathy's interview where she talks about meeting Benny for the first time.
Going into more interviews, sitting down with Austin Butler, he goes into the training of bike riding.
I mean, honestly, the brakes were a big thing, Like,
Stopping?
Stopping.
Yeah.
The front brakes very squeaky and didn't really want to stop.
We're gonna go up to the truck. Okay. So I kind of need a special to start, which is. So in theory,
Kaplan captured Hardy, who plays Johnny, in between takes as the actor was riding back to set. Kaplan noticed the natural lighting and was struck by how the trees were lit. As he waited for Hardy, who had wrapped a take, he waited and captured the actor using a longer lens with a slower shutter speed, says Kaplan. And we can't forget about the main woman in the film, Jodie Comer, who alongside Butler breaks down one of the film's scenes.
You gotta go.
I remember this bit when she's like, I gotta go home, and you're like, go on then. It's kind of like that moment of like, go on then, and she and she just stays
but
there.
Then you don't move.
No. And then he goes, and then she's like, oh, God.
Another incredible avenue about this film was the costumes. The Bikeriders costume designer Aaron Bennick had 8 months to develop the leather jackets. It can be a viewer challenge. Which are original and made? Which ones are vintage? Bennick laughs.
I'm so glad we're gonna talk about these vests because this is insane when you hear what had to be done. Every single patch has to be cleared for clearances for legal reasons, so we had to make them all. And we had to first design them, then get them made, then age them, then sew them on, then age it again.
Modern leather was softer, high-end, supple, and cheaper. Once she had the leather, she wanted to go through a process of de-stressing each jacket and aging it. I had to turn it into a character unto itself. I had to make the jackets worn and look like they had been lived in, Bennick says.
It takes so many hours and so much time, and we only had 2 months of prep on this movie, which was very quick. And we didn't have time to do it all, so we rented or bought vintage all of our leather. I did not have anything new in the whole movie. Well, we got the mud color everywhere in all of our scenes, and then recreated the paint to be the color of the mud.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, the short film Jeff Nichols first wrote and produced was Shotgun Stories back in 2007.
You rode out all the way out here like that?
Strapped it to the bike.
He needs it because his leg is broke. Hey, buddy. Hey, kid.
Working, and then cockroach joins in, and they all kind of turn around. It's great.
What'd you say, Jeff?
Just try to keep it going a little bit longer. Like after she says okay, maybe we could come up with some things, right?
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What do you think about all this, and what do you think was the hardest part in putting this film together? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
Here, as let it just be dirty of him grabbing it, right?
Yeah.
That's that. So a pre-shot and then basically another pre-shot. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just cut it on.
You know, go here, Carl there. Talk between cat.